I 33 female have lost all trust in my husband 36 male. This will be a long one, so I'll sum up as much as I can. Initially we met at my friend's birthday party. I was odd and awkward and didn't realize at first he was hitting on me, so it took a bit for me to get comfortable. So much so that I had to ask my friend and look him up after the party, where I got bold and asked him on a date. I made sure to be honest about my dreams in life: home, kids, debt-free, my expectations in a rela, no cheating, honesty, and lots of intimacy, and that I wasn't exactly normal depression, PCAS, bipolar. He didn't have any issues with any of it, and we started dating. He was the fourth guy I'd ever dated, the others ending in less than a month each, as they were terrible interactions for me. I loved the fact that he was sweet, a fellow gamer, loved anime like me, and seemed to genuinely not judge me. After dating for 10 months we moved in together, and that's when things started out fine. We would make love like rabbits. He would work while I did college, and then we would play games together. This went on for years. Then I started noticing the X was becoming less and less. This continued till he at one point broke up with me, saying he was bored of me. We lived together during and eventually got back together, but I learned he had cheated off and on since we got together, because he admitted it before we got back together. For me this soured the rela a bit. Adding it, he explained he loved me but didn't want much X with me, and asked/gave me permission to erotic role playing with people through chat on games to get my sexual energy out so I wouldn't bother him so much. Fast forward a few years, we are married, and we have custody of his 3 children who had been abused by their mom's boyfriends. I am raising them full-time, dealing with discovering him chatting up women left and right behind my back, and getting sick of having to beg for X and feeling like more of a chore to him than anything, never feeling SI or attractive to him. So we divorced cause I am tired of the cheating and feeling like I am not good enough. This time we are still living together as I prepare to move when he breaks down and begs me not to leave him, promises that he will not hide anything or cheat anymore that he's done, and that he will try to figure out why he doesn't want X much. I take him back, only to find out 6 months later that he had been sneaking out and ducking his best friend's wife with his help and approval while I was out grocery shopping and paying bills every Friday. He then tries to force me to let him keep her, convinces me to talk to her, then they pressure me into letting them try it. It ends badly with him lying time and again, saying they are over and us almost divorcing again before he actually stops. During this time I almost ran off to be with a guy I met on Reddit who promised to treat me better and give me a better life. Niave. And desperate to have something normal. This time he tells me that if I want to be together he wants an open relationship. So since then, for the last 2 years or so, I have been put in the uncomfortable position of letting him chat with other women, and he wants to do more with them but they keep ghosting him. He even convinced me to try dating, which went well and only ended because I ended it not being comfortable with or wanting to continue an open rela. I can't seem to handle it though. Every time he talks to someone I start freaking out inside, getting horribly depressed, and everything in me is screaming, you can't take this, it's going to break you. I get jealous, angry, miserable, and with my depression lots of dark thoughts from all this. I am not sure what if anything will help. I love my husband, and besides the rela issue we have had a lot of good memories together. I am just not sure if I can ever trust him again after all he's put me through, even knowing how it makes me feel. Too long didn't read husband cheating a lot. Forced an open rela. Causes me huge mental issues. Not sure if I can ever trust him again or what to do. Update. For everyone treating me like I am stupid, to blame or ducked up, it's really not necessary or helpful. I had a childhood of mental and physical abuse which led to horrible relas even before him. I am in therapy trying to work on myself and get my head right. What did I just read? I am not sure if these looks of arrangements are normal in relationships where the spouse feels indifferent to the partner chatting and s-ing with others. First ask yourself, why am I here? And what is keeping you there exactly? Cause I see a one-sided relationship with zero efforts from the other side. What's stopping you from leaving? It'd say mostly my debt and the fact that I handle everything and feel that without me he and the kids would suffer. I do love him and the children as I have raised them for around 10 years. I don't really know what you're expecting Reddit to help with if finding out he cheated on you pretty much since you made it official wasn't enough for you to ditch him. He's shown again and again that he's a worse man than the last time. Yet you refuse to leave. You keep bashing your head against the wall and wondering why it hurts. You can get validation here. You can have people feeling sorry for you and agreeing that your husband's a jerk and you're a victim. What you can and shouldn't expect is to have Reddit make decisions for you. If I tell you to leave him, that'll mean squat, since your brain will yell out but I love him. And you'll ignore any kind of advice because this man has trained you to have zero self-respect. Examine what's wrong with you that keeps you going back to him. If you can't do it on your own, get into therapy. It won't fix everything, but hopefully you'll get an objective third party's view and guiding to help you along. Second story. I found out my 29 male wife 28 female has been cheating on me for the past 2 years and I don't know what to do. First off, please forgive me if I am not coherent at any point. I haven't slept properly in a few days now. I've met my wife in high school when we were 17. And we've been together ever since. She was my first girlfriend, and up until now, I thought she was the woman of my life. Cliche, I know. But in all our years together I only grew to love her more. She's the first thing in my mind in the morning and the last thing in the evening. She has always been the only one for me. I never wanted anyone else. Ever since we met I've been madly in love with her. Yeah, I know how it sounds, but it's just how I feel. But apparently, I was the only one who felt that way. We've been together for 10 years now. We got married a year ago. Since we decided only to get married once we both finished our educations. I graduated last year and we got married as soon as we could. This year has been the best of my life. Knowing that I was married to the woman of my dreams was literally a dream come true to me. Ironically, that changed about a week ago. Our work schedules don't align as I am in the health field and she's in civil construction. Last Friday, she had to work and I ended up having the day off. She forgot her phone in our house and went to work. She does have both a personal and a work phone. At some point during the day, I saw her phone lit up a few times and eventually picked it up thinking it might be some emergency. The messages were from a guy I didn't know. I thought it was strange, as if this was a work contact it would probably be on her other phone. I know I should have stopped there and let it go, but I didn't and unblocked her phone to see the messages. I am having a hard time typing it out even now. I scrolled over their messages and all of them were devastating to me. She's been exchanging messages with this dude for about 2 years when she got the phone, and they've been talking about many things. They were changing actual messages, actual pictures, scheduling when and where they would meet. They even exchanged pictures of when they were together. This has been going for at least 2 years. My heart is in shambles. I am lost and I am angry. I've been madly in love with this woman for 10 years. While she was cheating on me for God knows how long. She married me while having an affair. She ducking sent him a picture on the day of our marriage. That was happiest day of my life, and now my life is broken. I haven't slept properly, as every time I close my eyes I see flashes of the pictures. I see images of them together. Every time she leave, I want to tear my chest open and rip my heart apart. I lost and I don't know what to do. I love her so much and I gave her my all. But I wasn't enough and I am so angry at myself. I don't know what to do now. How to move forward? I haven't told her I know, and I don't even know if I want to tell her. Right now, I just want this to be a nightmare. Please, anyone, please. I don't know what to do. Too long didn't read. My wife has been cheating on me for a long time. I just found out and I am lost and broken. I don't know what to do or how to move forward. Third story. My 29 male now ex-wife 28 texted me today to apologize for cheating and asked to speak again. I blocked her, but since I've stopped dating and basically gave up romantic relationships, her text reminded me that I am lonely. Hi all. On mobile, so, you know, back here again to seek some advice. If you want some background on the relationship. The only other post on this account was on here basically spilling my guts about it. My issue now is that a few years after separation she's just messaged me saying she's disgusted with what she did, got therapy, and wants to talk to me again. I am aware that she lost her job when the virus hit, and that she is likely very lonely since lockdown. So her reasons for reaching out to me now feel obvious and frankly selfish. It threw me for a loop when I got her message, and the crazy rush of swirling emotions it caused me led me to block her, while I don't see myself ever forgiving her. The message reminded me that I haven't been with anyone physically since her. I went on a few dates after the divorce, but it felt off. And when one of the women I was seeing asked if we could be exclusive, only to leave her phone with a Tinder convo open with another guy stating the complete opposite on the first night I was over, I pretty much checked out of romantic relationships. I want to take a moment to say that I am not misogynistic and have met many fantastic, loyal, caring women in my life. Men, women, gay, and straight can all cheat. And I am in no way advocating that other people give up romantic relationships. My issue personally is that while her message made me realize I am lonely, I personally don't want to do it again. The ridiculous amount of time and effort involved in being a good, loyal, caring, and supportive partner I've put into relationships only for it to be figuratively spit on, as well as being with people who say all the right things only to ultimately do the opposite has, I think, made me understandably jaded. I am struggling with this for a bunch of reasons though. Unfortunately, I do have a libido, and am attracted to hot women. I have had success with approaching them and could go for more, but there are 2 problems. Meaningless sex with randoms doesn't really do it for me. While I am very sexual and adventurous, I like to be so with a singular person who cares about me as do about them. Second, each time I've dealt with infidelity it's been with attractive partners. I've been avoiding a woman I went on a few dates with because while we hit it off, and she seems like she's fallen for me, I am not as physically attracted to her as I have been with others. When she came onto me hard I had to distance because I don't want to hurt her by hitting and quitting. I feel bad about it, but I keep considering it because it feels like maybe she wouldn't cheat on me. But it'd be wrong to string her along when I don't have the same feelings for her. And again I have other options. I just can't seem to get over this hang up that the hot ones cheat. I don't know. I guess I ended up rambling again on here. My advice related question I guess is, should I try again? Thanks for reading. And if you do have any advice, I'd appreciate it. Too long didn't read ex-wife's text reminded me I've been out of the game for a few years. Still hung up on being cheated on. Unsure if I should get back out there. Fourth story. BF29 doesn't want me 29 female to drink occasionally. Even though he drinks 3-5 times a week. After 10 years together. Says this is a red flag for marriage or children. Hi Reddit. Would appreciate some other perspectives here. My head is kind of reeling. BF and I have been together for almost 10 years and in this time we've both changed quite a bit. We used to drink frequently and heavily together. Staying up listening to music and talking. We were never nightlife people at bars or anything like that. But we would both get intoxicated frequently. 5 years ago, I was drinking with a couple friends and I blacked out and made out with a girlfriend of mine. I didn't tell him for about 6 months and eventually came clean because of my guilt and I took ownership for it. Albeit late. I acknowledged it was cheating and took the steps I heard from other communities to be a supportive partner while he decided if he wanted to continue dating. I also significantly cut back on my drinking, having a few drinks, maybe once a month and never getting intoxicated. Happy to say that I've changed the binge drinking habit for good. Have not blacked out since and rarely drink past 5 or so drinks. And that would be paced out. He has slowed down his drinking gradually, alongside me, but still drinks far more heavily and frequently than I do. Probably 3-5 times a week. Anywhere from 2-6 a night. 2 nights ago he drank 9 beers by himself. When we decide to have some drinks together, 7-8 beers isn't uncommon. With that context laid out last night we decided to have some drinks for night. We weren't doing much, just watching TV and I had a couple Zoom calls with family and friends. After a movie and one of my calls ending, it was about 10 p.m. and he wanted to go to bed. I had been hoping we might stay up together and listen to music, but he didn't want to. He said I was being pouty about it, and didn't want to stay up all night for no reason and waste the entire next day hungover. I was bummed because when I drink, I treat it like an indulgence and want to have some fun. He says he doesn't like that about me, and would prefer if I didn't ever drink because all I want to do is party and get effed up. I proposed that we both stop drinking together, but he said he wants to continue drinking. It feels so hypocritical to me. I don't like his drinking for health reasons either and have let him know that, but I never ask him to change. But he wants me to change even though my drinking is less frequent and heavy. He went on to say he sees this as a red flag for marriage or having kids, which kind of blew me away. We ended up bickering more about our differences and incompatibilities before sleeping separately. He said there are people out there who we would both be more compatible with, that he would never change for someone else. How I want a typical boyfriend who caves into the wife. Probably worth mentioning that he is a straight up dismissive avoidant, values his freedom and independence above all. Throughout our relationship it's been hard to forge the feeling of true partnership. I don't think he ever truly forgave me for my blackout cheating, but won't admit this because he knows that I will say we shouldn't be together if he continues to resent me over it. For a while, he would throw it back in my face from time to time over not trusting me, and not liking my drinking. I am kind of flooded with emotions, anger at hypocrisy, upset about the doubting having kids together because of this, confused about how I feel, how to compromise. Am I the only one who compromises? I don't even know how to feel. Even as I am typing this out, I am starting to realize that maybe the reality is that if we want to be together, I have to give up drinking because he's not okay with it. I don't know if I am okay with that. I would probably resent him for the hypocrisy. Too long didn't read BF doesn't like when I drink. Even though he's a heavy drinker, I've changed my drinking to casual levels after a blackout makeout cheating, and I suspect this is fueling his feelings, but he would never be open enough to say that. Frustrated that he wants this double standard for me and don't know if it's justified or something I can compromise on. Looking for diverse perspectives. Thanks. Hit like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to our channel.